Spam Farm! Oh, we're taking on someone else. Get ready for fight. Today, highly requested, or technically voted by you guys, Aussie Crafter is next on the hit list. I believe I've taken on 6 people. Or she's number 6. But yes, we're taking on Aussie Crafter. This is her profile, or her YouTube channel. And she's recently taken part in the Pantone Challenge by Courageous Painting. She has so many subscribers. Like, if we can get her to see this, because this episode, I'm telling you now, is epic. I went all out on this one. So I'm going down her videos. I have watched a few. Mushrooms, you guys kept saying about mushrooms, so I checked those out. I loved this sketchbook ideas for dummies. Like, I really had a drawing idea for that one, which was Spam failing at everything. She can't even handle for dummies book. I'm super excited about this one. The obviously Create This Book 50 artist collab that I'm not good enough for. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter, I swear. I was going to do some drawings of Spam down under, but I figured Australians must hate people with the stereotypical, like, down under, put a shrimp on the barbie and all that stuff, because us British hate that everyone assumes that we speak like the Queen. Or from an 1800 drama. I got the sketchbook out, but sorry, Ace. You're not needed for this one, boy. We're going all craft. And this is our supplies, because Aussie Crafter is very much about reuse, recycle, thrift. So I'm going to try and make art, air quotes, from all of this. This is going to be tough. So I saw as well she did a video doing a sweet jar or candy jar. Now I've had these and they've been sat on the windowsill for I don't know how long anymore. But they were originally going to be the 3 Blind Mice. I just never got around to it. So I'm going to try to paint all 3 of these. I have 2 solid ideas and 1 tester. Because I have a new art supply I want to try. But these pots are used for drying my ducks. So they still need to be usable, because they sit in there when they're air drying for the clay. So I still need to be able to use them, because the whole balancing act that I have to perform with these ducks. So they need to be usable still, but we can still create something with them, can't we? But yeah, you might see these jars in a future video, but this video was recorded like after that, because I let you guys decide, so I had to wait to record this video. Let me tell you, I worked on this for a whole week. I was determined with this one. But we are going to create some magnets, because I saw that Aussie Crafter did that as well, so we're going to have a little attempt at that. I have made fridge magnets before, but these are air dry clay ones. I do have this adhesive magnet thing to use. So those two go together, and then we have our cardboard. We have 3 projects going, and it's gonna be all over the shop with this. I'm gonna be working on all 3 at the same time. So you're gonna have to bear with me, because you need to go through how I went through with the confusion and the I don't know where I'm at. But we had 3 projects going all at once. Yeah, that's better. Nice, clean and tidy. So I am making number 1 for the jar. I decided to turn this one into Spam's Converse. But I am going to do this, like the shaping of it with cardboard and foil and masking tape, and hope that it holds. So I'm going to use my DAS, or however you say it. I do run out of this, and I do have to end up mixing 2 different clays together. It does not go well. I know it's a little weird to do Spam's Converse, but I thought it'd be quite funny because they sit on the windowsill. Just a random shoe with a duck on top of it. Yes, I am using scissors to cut my clay. Now, I'm not too worried about smoothing this out, because I want texture. I don't want it to look like a brand new shoe. But I am going for a little bit more detail on the Converse than I would if I was drawing it, because normally she just has the white and the green. So it was originally going to go all the way to the top, but I didn't want the clay there because then I have to Mod Podge it, and I didn't want my duck sticking to it. So I decided in the end that it would be her leg or like a sock, because the ribbon on the jar kind of looks like a sock. So we'll decide that later on. So that was that one done now. Now, I did have this original idea for a magnet, and I would like to try in the future, but it turned out to be really hard, and I overcomplicated it. But basically, I was going to do it so it looked like Spam had been splattered on the fridge, like I threw her at the fridge. So you just see like the back of her head, her hair a mess, and all of that. But I overcomplicated it by trying to turn it into cray, dressed as Spam, thrown at the fridge. And I went a little crazy. So I settled on 2 fridge magnets, and it's going to be mushrooms. Spam and Pam as mushrooms. A little nod to Aussie Crafter for you. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. Oh, hit the mic again. I got this big bag of googly eyes. And I was really excited about the big googly eye. But I believe that is all the clay done now. And I seem to be having some sort of reaction to something on my little finger. It's itchy. Okay, I'm going to clean up. Ta-da. Something has bitten me, and down my sleeve as well. How dare they? Okay, so they're drying. we're going to move on to these two. Oh, these two. So one is going to be spam. And it's a certain picture that I actually have stuck on my wall. I have gesso all over my hand. So I've gessoed those jars, they're drying. Now this is the third project. And I'm going to try and create like a 3D art thing. Don't know whether you can see what I'm doing, and I don't want to tell you because this is the epic big finale on this one. This turns out so brilliant. You'll probably get it to like in a second when I start painting and stuff. I do most of this off camera because it required so many layers to cover the brown. It's Mickey Mouse. The whole time I was drawing that, all I kept thinking was Mickey Mouse. That's not a clue, by the way. This might give it away, but... So all of these things that I drew here are things that I've never drawn before. And I was freaking myself out for like probably 30 minutes before I started drawing this. I was hyperventilating. I can't do it, I need a different idea, I can't do it. That face is awful. What happened to spam? Okay, so I'm going to do most of this off camera so that it's a big surprise for you. This is the background. Now, this is my new art supply, okay? I bought this from the range. So I don't know whether anyone else has bought this, but it's called Crackle Effect or something. And it simply says, apply on top of paint to give a worn sort of crackle effect. It says your other option is to mix it with paint. Yeah. I couldn't get it to work on here, but it does say on a rigid surface, so we're going to try it on one of the jars for an idea that I have. But it's not working on here. So if anyone has actually used this or got this or is going to the range, it was only £1, like £1. So I'm not worried about it not working. It does seem to be like a gloss as well, so yeah, if you're going, get it and see if you can get it to work and then let me know. Or if you've used it, let me know. So because the crackle effect didn't work, I'm going to have to do this by hand. And it does not like coloured pencils on top of it. So I'm trying to create like a desert or just something like prehistoric cave-like time. That's your first hint. Oh, this is gonna be epic! background's done, but I think... all I see is Mickey, and I don't know why. It's meant to be Cray version. No, Cray is a monkey. That's your second clue. If you're not screaming in the comments right now. And this, what have you done to my boy, huh? My sweet little Ace, who has always got a smile on his face. You. I realised after I'd painted everything and put it all together at the end, I realised that I forgot the mammoth's ears. Whoops. That was your third clue. Okay, so back to the jars. See, we're back and forth here. It's a nightmare. We're going to try the crackle effect paint on the old rigid surface and see if that works. So the idea is I'm going to create lightning in a jar. So what I have done is painted the inside, painted the outside, and Mod Podged it because I want a backup plan for if this doesn't work. So I'm basically going to create scratch art on this jar if the crackle paint doesn't work. So I have black paint on its own. Then I'm going to add a layer of this on top of it. We're going to try both methods. And I have mixed some of this in with black paint to see if we can get it to work that way on a rigid surface. Just pointing out that it's rigid. But yeah, I've done the inside so that this will be the white center of the lightning. But I guess we'll see. I mean, that wasn't a good start, was it? It just peeled straight off. Okay, so we'll let that dry. I'll do a couple more coats and we'll go from that. But yeah, that was the picture. Not that you could see it, I just brought it on so quickly and took it away. But I did it years ago now. And it's Spam with like a rainbow hat and a propeller on her head. And that's what this is going to be. That lid was just screaming to be that hat. And I thought it works both ways. Spam here with a funny look on her face without the lid on. Like she has a duck for a brain while the duck's drying. And then we have a propeller, which we'll get to. I used the drill for the first time. It was scary. I drilled a hole through there and put a paperclip through it and sort of gessoed it on the inside so it was secured. Back to the crackle effect. It crackles nothing. I can't get it to work. I give up. Now, I'm aware this looks like a giant cherry on top of her head. I'm so thankful that the pencils worked, but going over the little bumps was hurting my pencils. So I did go back to the paint and started doing the paint thing, shading the lines. Adding her vase details. She's actually nearly done. I feel like I'm in that last 10% and it's taken 20 years off my life. It was stressing me so much. I felt like I was getting nowhere. Between the waiting for things to dry and the painting and the little shading that I could do while the other paint was drying, and it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I was like, oh my god, this is driving me nuts. I was exhausted by the end of this day. Especially this stupid jar. So I'm having to go in with a scratch art attempt at this. Hey, maybe Aussie Crafter has used the crackle paint. Maybe we should all, like, comment bomb her. Be like, please, go help Spam with her crackle paint. I tried it every which way that I could possibly think of. So far, this is working. It's taking off little chunks here, but it's looking like thicker lightning, so I'm fine with that. This is a salvage job at this point. I can't. Does it look like lightning in a jar? No. I tried to do this like little glow thing around it and I failed, and the second that I put these paint markers on that paint, it just started peeling away. So you'll see in a minute, it gets the boot. I very, very rarely abandon a project, but this one was not worth it. I'd rather spend my time and effort on the other projects and have quality stuff than that turd. I said it. I'm not being harsh on myself. That was a turd. I was a turd in a jar. I'm taking this hat a step at a time here. I have no idea how I'm making that propeller. I put that stick in the top, but I have no plan after that. So we'll see if that works or not. Finally feel like I'm getting somewhere. But then, do you know, I remembered the magnets. The magnets haven't made a reappearance, have they? Hopefully, they won't take too long, because they're a simple design. And this is dry now as well. Now, remember I had to mix two clays together. Well, I had my first crack. In all the things that I've clayed, I don't think I've ever had a crack. And this was my first one, and I got deeply offended. As you can see, I fixed my green a little bit. It's not so gross anymore. So I'm trying to make the colour for the bottom of her shoe. It's very close to the box colour anyway, so I don't know why I bothered. So one side is done. Well, not done, but one coat done. I decided to go for a sock. Ah! Here we are. I decided on a popsicle stick. I trimmed it down, drilled a hole in the middle. Yeah, I got the drill out. Again, that's twice in one video. And I didn't get injured. And that's going to be our propeller. It works. I've tested it. I'm happy. These are our little mushrooms. I decided that they're going to be Spam and Pam. So they're going to be sort of opposites. One's pink and green, one's green and pink. I just thought they would look a little cute on my fridge. But I'm very particular about my fridge, especially now, because I have photos of Ty all over my fridge. And I'm very particular about my fridge now. My baby's on there. I just got a whole load of like magnets all over my fridge of my baby, so I can see him every time I go in the kitchen. Look at me going in with details. Don't get this when I'm drawing. So I'm not going to do the whole logo on the side of the shoe. But I added some stitch marks and the line down the back and around the base. And then I decided that I wanted to add some wear and tear to them. She wears these things all the time, and they always look brand new. So that big crack that was in the back of the shoe, or trainer, I used it as like a crease. And then I'm just going around in any dips in the clay, putting some dark paint in and smushing it out with my finger to make it look like wear and tear, really. And then we've got a whole load of touching up to do. This is about done, and I really like it. I like the way that it came out. Obviously adding some green to that sock. So I think we're about done. Spam's ready, mushrooms are pretty much ready. That's ready. And the epic finale. Oh, I'm so excited for you to see it. I'm gonna need you to take a breath. We can do this. Okay. Oh, I forgot to add the magnets to the magnets. I'm obsessed with the googly eyes. At some point, I really want to cover a rubber duck just totally with googly eyes. I tried to stick it to my camera tripod, but it didn't work. Side note though, the magnet wasn't strong enough to hold these guys up, so I had to add another little bit at the bottom. But here are Spam and Pam as mushroom magnets. Magnet mushrooms. What do you think? It's a really simple, cute design. Oh! Oh, she lost an eye. Whoopsie. Let me just go get that. There we go. Nothing happened. But yeah, I know they were very simple, but they're still cute. And here are our jars. Look at that. Look at that wear and tear. I love it. Like I said, I used that big crack down the back there. Yeah, it's ugly on the inside, but I didn't Mod Podge anything on top so that my ducks don't get stuck to it. I didn't really do much on the bottom because the cardboard, like the ripples, the waves, or in the cardboard or whatever did the work for me. But yeah, there's that stupid crack, look. Now, here we are. I'm so pleased with how this turned out. Like, it's so stupid, but at the same time, I love it. Spam's expression and the fact that the propeller, oh my god, works is another thing. So I ended up trying to, like, I took a piece of old eraser rubber and sort of Mod Podged it on the end. As you can see, that's the underside of it. It's very ugly. But yeah, the idea of going through it without planning this, it was either going to work or fail. That really hurt when I flicked it. Yeah, it spins quite fast as well. I'm very impressed with myself. Bunny. Yeah, there are our jars. We're not going to talk about the third one. We're not going to talk about the turd that's on the floor over there, and we're not going to even acknowledge its existence. If you have ideas for me what to do with it, let me know. But here is the epic finale. My 3D art piece, which was a request from you guys. Well, from Sin City Yeti Art, who everyone jumped on it and was like, yeah, I need to see that. That would be funny. Well, here you go. Cave woman Spam riding a mammoth with saber-toothed kitty Ace giving chase to a monkey version of Cray. But my mammoth has no ears. But apparently when they run, they hide their ears anyway, so they're tucked away. Yeah, this was giving me Mickey vibes the whole time, and I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, the ears, but I love this so much. I want it on my wall. But there you go, as requested, your mammoth saber-toothed kitty Cray thing. I know you didn't ask for it in 3D, but you know, I always go that extra mile. This episode was exhausting but exhilarating at the same time. I loved every second of it. I was a little worried because I'm not much of a crafter. Spam's like, don't look at me. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let's get Aussie Crafter's attention over here. Hi, Aussie Crafter. You've been spamified. But yeah, we'll link Aussie Crafter obviously down below if you haven't heard of her, if you live under a rock. Let me know what you think of this down below. Which was your favourite? While you're there, do hit that like and hit that subscribe. Tag Aussie Crafter, get her over here, get her attention. Ha! I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.